If you have been building your business this year and you've gotten to December and you're like, I've worked my ass off all year this year, or I've worked my ass off so hard in this business, I'm doing all the things, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, and yet I'm still not seeing the growth and the sales and the movement that I want. No, that I deserve for all the time and effort I'm putting in. Stick with me, because in this episode, I'm breaking down the thing that all successful business owners do all the time, and especially at this time of year, that allows them to be consistently growing, consistently moving and flowing and getting those results that hard work, time and effort is actually supposed to be giving you in your business. And I'm telling you right now, it's not what you think. It is not something that is out there being shouted about. And that's why I'm sharing this, because it is so easy to jump online and see all the big shiny promises, the 10K month strategies, the defeat the algorithm god's picky bullshit with this one strong battle move in your business and it'll all pop off. Like, it's everywhere, it's important, most of it works, some of it's bullshit. But not many people are teaching the important things that you need to do to actually make those strategies work for you. But not me. I'm not gatekeeping. I'm not sharing shiny things to attract you in to come and spend your money with me. I am giving you the real truth, what you actually need to do, what it looks like for you, and I'm breaking it down in this episode. So don't go anywhere. Grab your pen, grab your paper, get ready. We're going to do some epic shit that is going to make you move and grow. Let's jump in. Hey beautiful people, and welcome to the Flow and Grow Show. I am Helen, and after building businesses from home, from scratch for over a decade, I now support other ambitious women to do exactly the same. From home, from scratch, bugger all time, bugger all money, bugger all support, it doesn't matter. I did it. I've helped people to do it. You can do it too. And in this episode, I am going to be teaching you something really, really impactful for you and for your business to ensure that you don't continue to stay stuck in that phase of business that is really tricky to get out of if you don't know how to get out of it. And that is that space where the excitement and all of the fuck yeah, I'm doing this energy from your launch has died off and fizzled out, and you're just stuck in this place where you're pushing, you're working hard, you're doing all the things, you're showing up and you're not getting the social media engagement or growth, or no one's buying your thing. And, maybe you're doing the complete opposite. Maybe you're not doing a lot. Maybe you're like, I don't really have a lot of time. I'm just doing what I can with the time I have. I'm working, I'm raising kids, I'm, caring for my disabled dog that needs medication 17 times a day and his ears massaged in a special way to make him happy. There's so many things that people are doing that they're trying to fit this business into their life around, and they're either not able to dedicate much time to it, or they're sort of trying to consume their life with it by doing all of these things. Either way, that's not what is going to work unless you are doing the right things in the right way, in the right order. Now, easier said than done, right? What the fuck are the right things? What is the right order? How do I even know? And Helen, are you going to tell me if I just pay you $150 billion, you're going to tell me and it's going to be easy and I'm going to hit 10K months in my first month? No, because that is not a common reality. Okay, most people aren't just jumping into a business with no idea and no clue and then being like pop, and if there is some sort of viral post or a special encounter or a lucky moment that happens to make things just take off really fast, if they don't have the tools and the systems in place and the strategies to hold the weight of such extreme momentum coming at you all at once, chances are you're just going to fizzle out and it's all going to go to shit anyway. So what tends to happen is you're stuck in this phase and you're either not doing enough, or you're doing too much and it's all the wrong things. But yes, how do we work out exactly what we are supposed to do? And it can be so confusing because there's so much information out there, isn't there? You've got Mary Jane Sue over here with her 12 million followers and her fancy apartment, and she's like, I just like quit my corporate job and my 9 to 5 and was making 100K in the first year of my business. And it was so easy. This is all I did. This is all you need to do, and you can do it too. Not bullshit. She probably did that, maybe she didn't, but that is possible and that is there. But it's like, this person over here is saying something completely different. Mary Sue is saying, all you've got to do is be consistent. And then you've got old mate over here that's like, no, all you got to do is volume. So you got one person saying, you don't need much, 2 posts a week and you're going to blow up. And then you've got this person saying, 50 posts a day, go all in, sell your soul to the devil and grind, hustle, grind, and it will work for you. And there's like all this conflicting shit out there everywhere. That's where you're fucking up. You are searching for all of your answers and all of the clues out there. And while there is lots of amazing stuff out there for you to find that is going to help you, and you absolutely do need to go out there to find certain things that you do not know, the best place, the only place that you should start is here, in your home, in your business, in your head, in your heart, with you and your life. And so what you're going to do is you are going to actually reflect. You are going to look back and you're going to reflect on your year, on your life, on your business, on yourself. And then you're going to use that information to make a plan to move forward and have steps and clarity that is going to support your growth in the right way. So you are no longer doing the wrong things in the wrong way, because you've taken valuable information from where you are now and where you've been, and you're able to say, this didn't work so well, and so next time I can try doing it a bit differently, or I wasn't really doing this thing at all and I know I need to, so somehow I need to incorporate that, because that might be the thing that's going to get the results. And full disclosure, 98% of the stuff you're avoiding because it's hard and scary and difficult and you don't know exactly what to do is the shit that's actually going to move your business and get the sales that you're looking for. So just saying, there's that. So I'm going to take you through a 3-step process that allows you to do this with as much ease and clarity and compassion for yourself as possible. Because the first thing that you're going to do in this process is really, really hard to do. And this is the thing that the majority of people absolutely just ignore and skip altogether, or they sort of half-ass it. And in order to go into this first step of the process, I need to prepare you for something first, okay? I want you to go forth into this process with a very, very open and neutral mindset about what you're doing. Because the first step is to really reflect on your year, on your business, where you've been, what you've done, and this requires a lot of honesty with yourself. Because if you're not honest, if you're not clear, if you are not looking at the reality and you're still painting a picture in your head of what you expected, of what you thought it should be, of what it looked like based on Mary Sue and Hustle Joe's strategies that they were telling you to do, then it's not going to work so well. It's going to work a bit. But if you want real impact, you got to get honest and you got to dig deep. And that is hard, because when people do actually do this reflecting step, it looks a little bit like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done this. I'm a failure. I fucked that up. If only I knew not to do that and I didn't do it. Or if only I knew to do that then and I did it. Like, hindsight is a miraculous thing when you use it. to give yourself clues and lessons and information to move forward, that it is a bitch when you sit there and look at it like it's some sort of solution that you should have had back then. But the fact of the matter is, if you didn't know, you didn't know. And even if you did know, like inherently there's all these things in your life that you're like, yeah, I've heard that a million times. And then eventually one person says something in the right way at the right time for you to actually understand it properly or make it important for you to do it. Okay? So without having this process, you're never going to get that. And if you're looking at it like it's this big terrible thing where all of this stuff went wrong, you fucked this up, you still didn't get the results you wanted, and it's just this big slam fest of negativity and bad shit, it's not going to make you feel good. It's going to make your brain want to shut down and not look at anything. And so you're not going to be seeing it for what it is, which is fucking gold. It is gold. Every mistake you made, every fuck up, every person that pushed your buttons, every terrible life event that seems so hard, like you could never move on for it. Every time you put yourself out there and it didn't work out how you thought it did, it's a lesson. It is gold. And if you don't have any of those things, it means you're not doing anything. You're sitting still. You're not moving. If you don't have failures and mistakes and challenges to reflect on, how are you going to get better? Okay? So we can't look at this with that sort of negativity, with that sort of approach. But conversely, we might also be a little bit on the positivity side. So we're trying so hard to be positive. Like, yeah, everything went to shit, but still, this good thing happened and that good thing happened, and I'm so grateful for this and that, and I'm so happy about all these things, and I had this beautiful relationship, and I have this beautiful family, and I have this great job, and all of these things, and you're looking for the good. But what if you're still telling yourself bullshit? We don't just lie to ourselves about the bad shit. We lie to ourselves about the good shit, okay? What if the perfect relationship that you're like, it's good, it's great, we're fine, is really not so great? And there's stuff you need to fix. And you're trying to focus on all the good things and not the bad things to make it good. But what happens is the other shit's still there, okay? It's the same like with your business. You're like, yeah, well, at least I launched the business. Yeah, that's a win. You should fucking celebrate. You should. I made some sales. That's great. Celebrate. All of these things, yes, be grateful. Yes, celebrate them. Yes, be fucking proud and excited and recognize it for the success and the results that you actually got. Even if it's not what you wanted, you got progress, you got results, okay? And that's another thing what this is all about, and we'll get to that. But for now, we're not worrying about excitement. We're not worrying about pride or gratitude or fear or doubt or shame or regret. Nothing. We are just neutral, and it's hard because feelings are going to arise. They're going to arise, okay? All you got to do is shut that shit down. When those thoughts and those feelings pop up in your head, you're like, yep, cool, great. That's how I feel. I see it. I recognize it. We're not doing that right now. We are investigating. We are getting curious. You are becoming the scientist of your own fucking life right here, okay? You're a police officer or a judge in a courtroom that has no official affiliation to either good shit or bad shit. You're just looking at it for what it is, which is like a gold mine of data for you to fucking succeed and do better. Okay? So when you've got that mindset locked in, that you're just looking at it neutral, you're trying to look at things from different angles, okay? You can look at it like, oh, I posted a whole bunch of posts and no one gave a shit. And I felt bad about that. And I must really fucking suck at content and this isn't going to work. Or you can look at it like, well, I did it, all right? I didn't know what I was doing. I was a bit scared or, whatever. And I still showed up anyways. So that's the first step, win. Maybe you felt real confident. Maybe you're like, I know what I'm doing. Everything's pretty. I've got this. Mary Sue posted this exact thing and I've just kind of changed it a little bit for me, but it's going to work. And then nothing happens and it doesn't pop off. and you don't get sales, and you can either reflect on that like, oh, well, that's fucked. Well, I'm not doing that tomorrow now because what's the point? Or you can look at it and go, why didn't that work? Why did it work for her but not for me? And it might just be she already has 50 million followers and people that know her and trust her, and you're still building that. So maybe that's all it is. Maybe you did a fucking epic job. Maybe that post was perfect. Maybe if you had 1,000 followers and 20 of them read that post, they would have just been like, this is peak. This is great. I want that thing. And maybe 3 of them bought it. So it's just about understanding that nothing really is good or bad. And I was talking to my son about this recently, and I was trying to get him to understand that nothing's really good or bad. And we have these things where we look at it and we're like, that is definitely bad. You know, like, I think most of us would be like, I don't think it's a great idea to lock people up and eat their skin. Like, I think everyone thinks that's probably a bad thing to do, right? But try telling that to Mr. Lecter. He's like, why? That's fun. People are tasty. I love skin. You know? So to him, it's perfectly fine. Good and bad comes down to a perspective. And whether or not there is a general rule that says eating skin is not okay, maybe someone likes to. Okay? So that's an extreme, weird example. And I'm sorry, that's where my brain goes. But the point is, having slow growth in a business, some people are looking at that going, this is shit. My life is shit. I am stressed. I am broke. I got mouths to feed. The economy is shot to shit. The government's making everything hard. And I worked my ass off for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I've done my time. I'm sick of this. I just want some relaxation, some peace, some freedom, and some ease so I can enjoy life with my family and feed my family good food and clean water and all the things. All right. So you're just like, give me the fast growth, make it happen already. And you're like, mate, if only someone would just drop a miracle on me. Okay. You're out there. You're like, what's the miracle hack? What's the miracle solution? Maybe I'll win the lotto if I just keep putting a ticket in every week. Maybe one day someone will come across my post and be like, this is fire. Here's $1 million to invest in your business. Blow it up, babe. But maybe you've had a rough start in life. Maybe you are still healing from past shit that happened to you. Maybe the fact that you are working your butt off, raising kids, doing all these things and living in a world that makes everything so much more difficult for you, it means that you don't have the capacity and the time and the energy to focus on the business in a way that gets you those super fast, quick results. For one, okay, because you haven't built it yet. And for two, maybe you actually need that slow growth, that steady build, that 5, 10, 15 minutes here and there. Because, and this is what I find for me as well, I had a lifetime of things that screwed up my head and my body and my life and all of the things that when I finally one day went, I have to do something like right now to make things move better, faster, easier. All right, what do I have to do to figure this out? There was a lot of shit, starting with my mindset. And then there was habits, there was eating, there was cleaning and organizing things so there wasn't stress and chaos. There was learning new things in my business. There was busting through fear and lack of confidence to just put my face on a camera and do it. It's so much for you to learn. And if you think you're going to do that in a few months and have the brain and the body and the home and the systems and the capacity to pop off and explode like an overnight sensation that you see that looks like it's everywhere, but it's really fucking rare. Just get realistic, okay? Get realistic, and it's not about trying to squash your dreams. It's just about being honest with reality. Could you do that? Could you build a business that makes 10K in the first month, or 100K in the first year, or $1 million in the first 2 years? Could you have someone come across one of your posts and go, this person's got something and I'm going to invest in it, or I'm going to partner with them, and you get some sort of advantage or a win or a viral post, and everything just goes off, and somehow you're able to manage it and sustain it so it just grows. That happens, but it's rare. So you just need to get really clear, really realistic. I can bang on about it forever. It looks like I probably am banging on about it too much. So I'm going to move straight into the next thing before I bore you to snores. And that is the fun part. That is looking for your wins. This, again, is what people either hit and miss on. Okay, so what you might do is you look back at the year and you're like, crap, challenge, shit, whatever. At least there's a few good things, whatever. We're not having that shit year happen again. We want the good stuff. So what are we going to do? We're going to go all in. We're going to have new content. We're going to have this system. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to and then you're like, you got this plan and all the things you're going to do. But you haven't taken the time to actually reflect on those challenges and why they happened and how you handled them. And even if it comes down to things that are completely outside of your control, all right? Like this year, my dad passed away at the beginning of the year, and I had a funeral to arrange and all the things that come with it. And then literally just getting over that big, hump of the funeral and the organization and everything. And we lost my grandma, and it just sort of restarted again. And then there was other things that, personal's personal, private's private. I'm not going to get into everything, but I'm just saying there was things that were other people's behaviors and other people doing things or events that happened that were out of my control. But even for those things, your control comes down to how you think, feel, and react in that situation. So if there was something you could have done better, if it was even something as simple as this person did something that was really freaking shitty or really frustrating or it really hurt me, and you felt that, and that's okay, and you will, okay, but do you sit with it and work through it and keep moving at a pace where it suits what you're going through and your capacity? Or do you ignore it and just go, I don't have time for this shit, I got more important things to do, and you just push through? Or do you focus too much on it and you get stuck and you wallow and you're like, oh, this freaking thing and this person, and if that didn't happen? I was very honest with myself. This year, I was like, I handled things really, really well for the most part. But because of this reflection process, I was able to look back and go, that's where I kind of started getting stuck with that thing. And it's sneaky because it's that old programming in your brain that's so used to doing things that it kind of creeps up, and you're like, still think that you're fine until it nabs you in the butt. And you can choose to do this thing or you can choose to do that thing. And I'm honest with myself, okay? There was things that sort of snuck up on me and I didn't see them, or I was just ignoring them because I wasn't really doing what I'm saying now, which is reflecting with intention, looking at what's really happening now, forgetting expectations, forgetting potential in the future. What's going on now and how do I handle this? And I look back and I'm like, if I had have just handled it differently, if I had have done this, if I had have done that, I would have saved myself so much time and stress, and all of these awesome things that I did here would have been back here, which meant more results would have been here. And it's like, I can't get stressed about it. Honestly, at first, straight up, automatically, I'm like, you fuckhead, you know better than this. You've done better, you can do better. And if you'd have just done it, imagine where you'd be now instead. Like, that's going to pop up because it's automatic. And, in a way it's true. But we don't use that information to run ourselves down. We just use it and go, yep, idiot. Now, next time, we're not going to do that again. And you might do it again. But maybe it's not as bad. It's not as often. It doesn't last as long. So having that reflection helps you get better. But if you're just like Screw them. I don't have time for this. I don't even care anyways. And then you go on and you let it weigh it down. And then the next thing weighs you down. And the next thing weighs you down. And not only is that building stress and confusion and chaos in your life that you don't fucking need, it also means that you're going to keep repeating that same thing that went wrong. You're going to keep reacting to uncontrollable circumstances. I don't even know what that was. Uncontrollable circumstances in a way that doesn't serve you, that doesn't help you, that depletes your energy and your time. Okay? Because you're not being intentional. Now, when you're looking for wins, you are not just looking at the big obvious things. And that's why some people are like, I don't really have much that went right this year. Nothing really happened. Oh, it was just really shit. All this bad stuff happened. Because your brain is trained to focus on that. And until you train your brain to focus on something different and look for the good, it's going to automatically go to the bad. Okay? So what you need to start doing is looking for the less obvious wins. In January, I was, sleeping in really late and pressing snooze 70 times. And I was like, I really just want to get out of bed a bit quicker and a bit earlier and improve my morning routine. And so, by the end of the year, I don't have a 1 hour morning routine and, 30-minute workout, whatever, all the things. But, I started doing it. It was less and less times that I press snooze until eventually, I just get out of bed now. My alarm goes off, I get up and, I just do a few little things or whatever. And it's like, there's growth, there's movement, there's a success. You can be like, at the beginning of the year or halfway through the year, I was really struggling with content and just putting it out there because I was trying to perfect it or I didn't really know. And then I decided I'm just going to post 3 times a week. That's it. And so I posted 3 times a week. And then I did that for a month. And then after that, I was doing 4 times a week. And by the end of the year, I'm doing a post a day now. It's consistent. It's great. No one's really engaging much. No one's liking them much. I will get an odd comment here and there, 1 or 2 likes and, a few random followers. I'm not getting much engagement, but I'm doing stuff. I'm moving. And so you're finding those little things every day. And I've gotten really good at this. I will walk around my life, my day, just picking things out. Like something will just work. Yay. Something just happens. Yay. Something just lines up. Who? I record a podcast episode that I've been trying to get to for 2 days with all the chaos happening. And then I finally sit down to do it and dogs bark and the mower goes off and the rain hits and all of the things. And I'm like, I could just be like, fuck this. I'll just put it off till tomorrow. Or I can just do it and then say, yay, I did it. I did it. It's barely anyone's going to watch it because it's new. And it's not going to go viral. And I'm not going to make $1 million off of it. But how fucking cool is that I did it? Because I said I was going to do it. That's a win. And people miss those wins all the time. They're everywhere. And when you start to find them, that gives you the dopamine, the confidence, the drive, the passion behind what you're doing. And that helps you move forward because if you're feeling like you don't know what you're doing and you have a lack of confidence, then the majority of you are probably not doing much to build that confidence. You have to act to get confident. You have to look for wins to find the proof that you are moving, that you are progressing, so you can build confidence. It's super, super important. And so you take the reflections, you take the wins, and now you have 2 powerful things that are going to help move you into the next phase of your business, the next phase of your life, whatever. If you just have the negative stuff, the reflection on the negative stuff, all you're going to do is either just fizzle out or stay flat, or maybe you'll push really hard at first because you've got like this, fuck you all, I'm going to prove you wrong drive that pushes you forward. Okay, but then you fizzle out because that's not going to sustain you. Or you have the positivity and the wins and you're like, yay, everything's great. Doesn't matter that there was shit that happened. I see it. I know it's there, but I'm not going to pay any attention to it because we're doing this. It's great. And you're like, got all this pep and you're like, yay. But that doesn't sustain you either. Because what happens is you haven't done the work that you need to do to actually get results. All you've done is pepped yourself up again, which is great. But once again, you need all the bits. So do it properly. Get the reflection that teaches you the lessons without guilt. You get the wins that help you see what's working, what you can do more of, proof that you are capable and that it's happening, and you can combine those two things. Okay? So then you can move forward with some clarity, with some answers, and with a plan that is actually going to make your business keep growing, keep improving, and bring in those consistent sales, the consistent social growth, and the freedom and the peace and all the things that you're looking for. All right. And then that brings me to step 3, which is bringing all of those things together to create your plan. Now, it is the end of the year. Lots of people have already done this. You should have done it. If you haven't done it, now you're going to do it in the right way. Okay. Because once again, this is something that people either mostly half-ass or ignore altogether. And that is having that plan that uses your lessons and your reflections and your wins in a very purposeful way to build consistent momentum in actions that fit your life, your capacity, and the stage of where you are at. And as long as you can take those 3 things, reflecting with purpose, building your own confidence and wins, and piecing that together to make a plan that works for you in your life and your reality, you will grow the business that gives back to you for the time and effort that you're putting in. And this is the thing that everyone who is actually growing, evolving, getting better, succeeding, in whatever, it's not just business. It's in mindset, it's in relationships, in your health and your fitness, in your career, in your parenting. It is in life in general. The people that are moving at a more steady and a faster pace through life, through their goals, towards what they're aiming for, they have reflection, they have purposeful planning, they empower themselves with that to gain the confidence with micro steps, and they move. So I want to make this normal for people to understand. I want to put more information and content out there in the world that shows people how to actually do these things. And there's not enough of it because it's, I don't know, unless you're crazy like me and you're like, oh, planning, organization, structure, oh, it's so exciting and I love it and I'm a weirdo who likes paperwork and boring things, okay? Unless you're already like that, you've got to somehow train yourself to enjoy it, okay? The boring things are the most important things. The reflecting is hard, but it's important. The planning, it seems unsexy and basic, but it's the secret sauce to you actually running a business that has some sort of purpose and clarity behind it and not just winging shit constantly. Okay, so that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing. And this episode, just like all of them, is intended as an actionable training because I don't want you to take this information and be like, yeah, that's nice, that makes sense. Totally right. And then do nothing with it. I want you to make it work because that's what helped me. This is how I have been able to build a life that just feels so fucking great. Like, I'm not saying perfect. I'm pretty sure I painted a great picture before of the chaos, and that was just like an outline. That was nothing compared to like the absolute crap that come my way this year. And no, it's maybe not as bad as stuff that's happened in other years, but to be honest, I think that's just because of how I look at it now. Like, if I was looking at this year with a mindset from 3 years ago, I'd be like, same shit, different year, everything's fucked, blah, 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 blah. Because losing people that you love is hard. Dealing with death is hard. Dealing with narcissists is hard. Being a single mum, raising 3 kids on your own, building businesses, studying other people out there in the world, like the economy, the government, the fucking, I don't know, old lady down the street that shouts profanities at you when you walk past. It doesn't exist. I don't have an old lady down the street. I'm just saying, life will fucking happen. And there's a great saying, and it goes, pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. You get to choose. So that's what I am hoping that you're going to walk away from this episode and do. I hope you're going to walk away with a different perspective. I hope you're going to walk away with some really valuable information that's going to actually shift things for you and help you move. Because you didn't hear it before. Because everyone else is talking about the shiny, sexy things. And I'm just over here like making boring planning and reflection and all of that super sexy and fun. Because it's important and I want you to do it. I have a workbook. I have an amazing workbook that is going to take you through this entire process in so much more detail. I know I probably rambled a bit, you know, I tend to, something that I'm aware of and working on to sort of rein that in a little bit. But I hope that you did get all the information that you need to use this workbook, to reflect with intention, to find your wins and build a bit more confidence, and then make a plan that actually fits your life. Okay, it's in the show notes. Make sure you do it. Make sure you take action. Come and tell me, what did you get out of this episode? What was your aha moment, all right? Or maybe was it shit? And you're like, none of what you said makes sense, Helen. Do better, all right? I'm up for all kinds of feedback because it helps me be better and move better. So do that. If you finish doing that and you're ready to make a solid plan, this video over here is going to teach you exactly how to do that in a very, very purposeful, structured way that will fit your life, your time, capacity, and everything. And of course, we also have this video over here that is going to give you a really, really good idea of what you can look at in your business based on the 3 phases of business, the things you need to look for and the things you need to expect and the things you need to do in those phases. You can use that for your reflection and your wins process to pick things a bit. I'm running out of words. I think I need to wrap it up. Pick things apart in a bit better way with a bit more clarity or whatever. It's over here. Go check it out. Do all the things. Keep going. You know, I know you can do it. I've done it. I've helped people do it. You know, I've got clients that have come to me with no time, no money, juggling all the things, just like what I was doing. And you know, they're smashing it. They're doing great because they have a system and a plan that works for them around their lives. And I want to see as many people as possible doing it. All right. I believe you can do it. I believe in you. You've got this. I've got you. Come chat if you need to. I'm always here. And until next time, just keep being you. Keep being awesome. And I will see you